a wildfire about 70 miles north of Los Angeles has consumed nearly 15,000 acres so far and has forced 1,200 people to evacuate so far. The post-fire began Saturday afternoon, Gorman, California, quickly spreading due to high winds and really dry conditions. So far, CAL FIRE saying it's only 2% contained. CNN's Camila Bernal is live from the area of Lebec, California, where you can see those winds whipping right now.
Hey, Sarah. Yeah, it really has not died down. You know, the National Weather Service predicted winds or gusts from 60 to 70 miles an hour, and it's likely what we're experiencing right now. You know, I don't have a wind gauge, but you can see the wind just hitting not just us, but also the fire and the embers, and that's really the concern here, because the wind gusts can pick up those embers and fly them really across highways, across streets, and directly into people's homes sometimes. You know, that's why they already have those 1,200 people under evacuation orders. There are many others under evacuation warnings, and the thing that they've been telling us throughout the day, you know, all day yesterday, was that people needed to be ready because you just never know how quickly these flames could spread. We know that firefighters right now are trying to do everything they can to keep that fire line, to keep the wind from continuing to push the fire, and they've been using air resources. We saw a number of airdrops yesterday, just over and over again. Because we are near a lake, those resources were available, so that was great for those firefighters who were communicating with the crews on the ground, who were, you know, inside of all of this bush and this terrain, trying to cut some of it out with chainsaws and hand tools. It is 24/7 hour work, but today, of course, the problem is that they're up against this wind, Sarah.
Yeah, that wind, we can see you don't need a wind gauge for that. That is incredibly dangerous for that fire. Plus, we're looking at some pictures of helicopters dropping some of the retardant there, and they cannot fly usually in almost hurricane force winds if it gets to that 70 miles per hour. Camila Bernal, thank you to you and your team for being out there for us this morning.
We're at a raging wildfire outside Los Angeles. Nearly 15,000 acres have burned. High winds, low humidity, making it difficult to contain. With us now, Section Chief at the Los Angeles County Fire Department, Kenichi Haskett. Chief, thank you so much for being with us. Chief, if you can hear me, what's the current status of this blaze?
Currently, we're sitting at, luckily, we've gone up from 2% to 8% containment, which is good because we're able to get more containment on it. We have over 1,000 firefighters here on scene. More firefighters are showing up today as we speak, but unfortunately we're dealing with those strong gusts of winds. Some of the ridge tops of winds are up to 50 miles an hour, and that's making it challenging for our fire crews.
Our correspondent Camila Bernal was standing in the wind earlier this morning and getting blown around completely there. What are the current conditions, and what's the forecast over the next several hours?
Forecasts for the strong winds, as you guys saw, those will continue through this afternoon with a red flag warning into effect as the National Weather Service forecasted until about 5 p.m. today, 3 to 5 p.m. today. So that's going to make it challenging for our crews. But we have over 369 engines here and 18 water tenders, and luckily we have plenty of aircraft that's going to help fight this fire.
What about population centers and people nearby? What are you telling people in the impacted area?
We've issued a warning for the Castaic Lake area, so that's a populated residential area. And the warnings, we're putting people on notice that if we have to issue a mandatory evacuation order, that they need to leave. So having your bags packed, your cars ready to go, a full tank of gas, and your cell phones handy. And then once sheriffs come by or law enforcement asks you to leave, it means the danger is imminent.
So you've made some progress from 2% contained to 8% contained. The estimate of acres burned we had was 15,000. Yeah. Where does that stand this morning?
We're still at 14,000. It was 14,625 acres. That did not change from last night, which is good. What did change is that containment. Containment is basically putting black line on a map and making sure we're certain at 100% where that line is black versus red, that you will not have fire that will jump that black line. So we're saying the fire is out in that area. So well, basically in the north region of the fire where it started.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
basically in the north part of the fire, we're able to get some fire out in that area.
Great. Kenichi Haskett, we are glad that you have made some progress there. Obviously, the threat continues. We see you working. We're glad you are still on the job there. We'll let you get back to work. Keep us posted as to how things go.
Okay, thank you.